number now is closer to 4,000, but I mean, they have no idea. There's no accurate number.
So, do we learn anything from this? Because it was a record-breaking storm, never a recorded storm of this magnitude in the history of record-keeping on this planet.
Yeah.
So we can expect probably more, even bigger of this variety. What have we learned here?
Well, you hope that you learn something new with each, and relief workers do learn stuff new, and it's easy for reporters to come in and be critical because it's never going to be fast enough, the relief. That said, if you know that the biggest storm ever to hit is going to hit, the Philippine government talked about pre-positioning supplies. Well, clearly, whatever supplies they pre-positioned were not enough because nobody had food and nobody had water. They could have, in Japan after the tsunami, which is obviously much more organized in the military there, and the National Defense Force in Japan, they had soldiers out the next day with sticks. They didn't have heavy earth-moving equipment, but with sticks, just going block by block in an organized way, trying to look for survivors in the wreckage. There was none of that for 5-6 days that I saw, and people died, and people died of broken legs that got infected.
This seems to be typical of every meteorological event these days. Where is the relief? Where is FEMA? How come the New Jersey government? How come the New York? But when you're dealing with something of this proportion, I mean, we don't routinely have hurricane drills. So
yeah, that's true. I mean, I think part of the problem was, look, the Philippines is, it's an amazing country. It's a poor country in a lot of the areas where the storm hit. It's obviously, the government is not set up to provide relief in this kind of a way. But it was upsetting to the people there who were searching for their children, not to have any assistance.
Yeah, who do I turn to for help?
Right, nobody. And there were people coming up to us and asking for water. We had some supplies. We gave the water away, and we're running out of fuel. And
when you see one of these things, or you see two of these things, or you see three of these things, do you say to yourself, you know what? I think I'm going to stop going to these things. I don't know. I mean, the story you told at the beginning when you sat down, I just quit. I'd go to work at Dairy Queen. I couldn't do this. Honestly.
I honestly think I feel it's an honor to be there and to be able to give voice to people who don't have a voice, who don't have access to power, and to be able to tell that woman's story. And there's nothing, bad things happen all around the world, but there's nothing sadder to me than a person who lived a good and decent life whose family ends up dying on the side of the road, dissolving into nothing, and nobody even notices their passing, and nobody in authority helps in the search for them, and nobody tells their story. And so I don't believe it really changes much, but I do believe in the power of honoring those who have passed and learning their names and learning who they are and the life they lived.
Mm-hmm. Oh my! Well, let's. When we come back, we'll talk about other items on the agenda. This, of course, is Anderson Cooper, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.